It's sad that he's going to die before the age of 30 because he's on steroids. Do I look like someone who's on steroids? What's going on, YouTube? Blake went back for a new video, and today I'm sitting in front of the camera and talking basically the fact that I've been accused of being on steroids now for 3 years, and I'm just going to do a quick explanation on why I think this is. So if we start back at the start of my career on social media, at least, my first viral video or semi-viral video was my 405 bench press at 15 years old. Now, I don't care what you weigh, I don't care what the details are. If you press 405 at 15 years old, I would believe it's impressive. As someone who's done it, and I see people doing it now more regularly than before, I'd say I think it's very impressive. But one key thing to note is when I had posted that video, the majority of the comments that I was getting on that video, people were saying that I'm not 15. Like, I pop some of these comments up. He's not 15. If he's 15, I'm whatever. No way he's 15. And so the main concern people had on that video was the fact that I was not 15. Not about the form. That was pretty bad, if I'm being honest. Nothing about the form. Nothing about how I really looked, if I was on steroids, if I was heavy or not. The majority of people said he's just not 15. That's the excuse. He is not 15, so I can feel better about myself. He's just not 15. But now if we rewind into before I started upcoming on like heavier weights, you know, maybe when I was just getting into weightlifting, when I was like 12 years old, the biggest thing that people love to accuse people of is fake plates. If anybody remembers Brad...
It's super easy.
Brad Castleberry, he has been accused for more fake plates than I even know. And has he used fake plates? I don't know. You know, I haven't really dove that far into it. It seems like people have put together pretty good evidence. But in that time period where Brad Castleberry was using those fake plates, or if he was or not, everybody was getting accused of using fake plates. But now, fast forward a few years into where I was pressing this 405 at 15, I'm suddenly lying about my age. You know, and what came a little bit after that, about 6 months after that, was the mass moves mass stage, which is almost completely gone now. You don't see anybody comment mass moves mass anymore. But, you know, like, I'll pop some up. I did get some mass moves mass comments. 405 at 405. I weighed like 240. I'm the exact same weight right now, just a little more filled in. I hit this 405. And now where it becomes interesting and where people start saying that I was on steroids is it was very rare back then, right? It was like a few people say he's not natural, you know? But people didn't really say that. Because this is 2022, people don't really say people are on steroids like that. You know, people are still accused of being on steroids and claiming natural and they're not, but nothing like it is the way it is today. If we fast forward a little bit, I had hit a pretty bad plateau on my elbow wrap bench after that 405. It took me about like, I think it was 8 months to get another PR after that 405, which was like 410, and it was like complete max effort. You know, but we got the ball rolling again once I was 16. The explanation for that, I was working on my competition lifts. Obviously, lifting with elbow wraps is not competition standard. If you watch Greg Doucette's video,
there's no way that this guy is natural.
He says, you know, I think the elbow wraps helped him 30 to 40 pounds, which is absolutely correct. But at the end of my when I was 16, I was very taken back off of social media. Did I want to do it? No, but I just kind of backed away from it slowly. But I knew that I always wanted to post my videos and show how strong I was, but I did take a hit backwards. Now, at the end of 16, I had pressed 430 pounds, and I was 16. My pause bench, my best pause bench at 16 was 385, and my best touch and go with the elbow wraps was 430. When I was 15, it was 405 touch and go with the elbow wraps, 342 pause bench. Now, if we fast forward into 2024, early 2024, I have decided to get back into some elbow reps and try to bring some of my clout that I used to have on TikTok back onto Instagram and other platforms again. You know, bring my name back out there. Because it is a simple concept that the more controversial people's lifts are, the more people are going to interact, the more you're going to gain, stuff like that. So I was like, okay, it's time for me to get in these elbow wraps, hit a new PR. So I started off 455 pounds when my pause was 441. So there actually was a time where my pause bench was higher than my elbow wrap bench, right? At this time, no not natty comments, no nothing. I wasn't receiving any hate at this time when I hit this 455. A couple weeks later, I ended up hitting 475 in elbow wraps. This is when that video did somewhat decent on TikTok, and I did start to receive my first "he's not natural" comments. And I was really taken back by that. Like, how am I not natural when I've obviously been competing in drug-tested federations? I've been doing this for all of my powerlifting career now, and I've been tested multiple times and not been on steroids. But if we put that aside for now, we then fast forward to my 485-pound bench, which was about a week and a half after that. Super thrilled to get that one. That video didn't do very good. Nothing happened. And then about a week and a half, 2 weeks after that, the day was here for 500-pound bench. I was 17, it was elbow wraps. My pause PR at this time was 458 pounds, and I had gotten the 500. I don't even know how, to be honest, because I'm currently on about like a 4 or 5 month plateau on the 500-pound elbow wrap bench press, but I have put on another 30 pounds to my my pause bench, which is obvious to see. I've been focusing on the more competition standard level than the clout level, you know what I'm saying, level of lift. And when I hit this 500-pound bench, I already knew what to expect now, because I was somewhat of a amateur in the game of social media. You know, I'm like, all right, so I'm gonna get some good and I'm gonna get some bad, you know, but overall I think I'm gonna get more good than bad, so it should raise my clout level a little bit. You know, I'm looking to create a future out of my powerlifting, so this was a correct thing to do in my opinion. What happened next shocked me. Everybody in my comment section, he is not natural. There's no way he's natural. It's sad that he's going to die before the age of 30 because he's on steroids. This was unbelievable for me to read. I could not believe that people really thought that I was on steroids. If you look at me in the camera right now, maybe to someone out there, it might look like I'm on steroids, but if you're just looking at me, do I look like someone who's on steroids? I'm the exact same as I was 5 months ago, maybe a little bit more muscle mass. Do I have traps sticking up to my ears? Are my shoulders extremely rounded? No. But shortly after, I realized that people were just commenting that I'm on steroids. There was very few critiques about the form, which is obviously not good form, and I know that. It's not proper form, but it's just to move as much weight as I can. But nobody was commenting on that. Not even a single person said I lied about my age when I did have a goatee, I believe, at the time. Nobody said I was lying about my age. I didn't see one of those comments. Very few positive comments as well. I was expecting a good amount more, to be honest. And when Larry Wheels posted that video, it was just flooded on how I was going to die before I was 30 years old. And it's just crazy to me because it shows the progression through the sport is people always want to make more and more excuses. And this is why I'm coming on here making this video today. Was I on steroids at 15? I'm going to tell you straight up no, and that's me being honest. And it's important you make your own decision too, because for every person that's being honest, there's probably a person lying, to be honest. But my case with me is I can prove that I'm natural. I've done many drug-tested powerlifting meets. I've been as strong as ever on the off-season. I mean, I hit that bench when I was still like 3 months out from a competition. Why would I be full gearing if I, like, let's say I was on steroids? Why would I full blast 3 months out of a competition if I somehow need to get off of them and pee clean in literally 2 or 3 months, you know? It just doesn't make sense. I have a resume full of USAPL, a fully drug-tested federation. And then it hit me. It really did hit me. That people just always want that excuse. No matter what it is, I don't know what the next excuse is going to be, but if you go through and you just spend a good hour scrolling on Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, whatever, you are going to find everybody telling everybody they're not natural. But if you look at this case 2 years ago, you're going to find everybody tell everybody that they're lying. They're lying about their age. They're lying about their size. They're lying about their stats. They're lying about the weight. That's even a little bit further back. They were lying about the weight. You know, but there will always be another excuse. And I find that that is the most modern excuse. When I'm on here talking, saying, you know, I'm 100% natural, that doesn't mean that everybody who hits a big lift at the team is natural. You know, obviously, if somebody doesn't even like claim anything about their natural status, then they might not be. You know, a lot of people who are natural are proud to be natural. A lot of people who are enhanced do not want to dabber into that, and that could be for many reasons. You know, they don't want to promote it because it is one lifestyle that I've heard it's a very, very dedicated lifestyle that you have to stick to. But you know, most people who are on steroids are not super open about it. But most people who are natural do like to be proud and show that they are natural. So I just wanted to make this video today to explain: is this the he is natty or not time period and era for people to use the excuse of, oh, he's not natural, so that makes myself feel better. You know, I think there will always be another excuse, like I've said a million times now, and you'll never know what the next excuse of people is going to be. Maybe soon it's going to start saying that these are fake competitions, camera angles, who knows? You know, maybe people do start saying, especially in the bodybuilding world, he's not that big, he's just using this camera angle. He didn't really hit this weight. He halfway stood up, but the camera angle make him look like he locked out. I don't know what it's going to be next, but it appears to me that I'm picking up on it, that there will always be another excuse. My best advice for anybody watching this video is make your own opinion on people, you know, and don't even share it, honestly. You know, maybe you could tell a friend, like, hey, do you think this guy's natural or not? I don't think so. But don't go on there commenting saying, oh, this guy's not natural, this and that, because you get into this excuse culture, you know. People say don't replicate yourself off of people you see on the internet, and I agree with that 100%. But you can also look at people you see on the internet as motivation. Just because I'm a natural lifter doesn't mean I can't look at Eric Lowbridge, Andrew Haas, Larry Wheels. I can't look at these guys and say, I aspire to be something like them, you know, maybe the natural version, but I could still aspire to be like them. You could still watch that for motivation. Just because somebody isn't the exact same as you doesn't mean you have to hate them. And so yeah, that's really the only reason I just wanted to hop on and explain this video on why I find it's crazy people accusing me of steroids, especially as a guy that just, I don't think I look like I'm on steroids, you know, kind of disappointing. I need to get bigger, but I just as somebody who I feel like I don't look like I'm on steroids, you know. That's going to do it for today's video. Like, comment, subscribe. Let me know you want to see in the next video, and I'm out. Peace.